Welcome, all wrists, and welcome to another unboxing. Let's jump straight into it. Let's take this outer sleeve off. Take a look. We have that nice black Tudor box. The same color combination that we're used to, that black, red with the white text. Let's take the lid off. Let's see, we get some black protective foam. Now I'm used to seeing the white one, so it is a little different. Feels quite a bit lighter than what I'm used to as well. So let's see, let's take this out. Now still get that Tudor branding on the lip there, following the same theme as the lid. Let's put that to the side. Now the main box, that black theme all around. It's got that wooden texture. It's not wood though. I know it's like a synthetic material or cardboard. Glossy Tudor shield on the bottom. Now it doesn't have that felt that we're used to seeing, made of recycled materials. So this is probably why this box felt a little different to me. It was a lot lighter than what I'm used to, and it just doesn't feel, as substantial. But it's good to see that they're being more sustainable. Let's open her up. Okay, we still get that felt on the inside. I'll put the watch to the side for now. So here's the pillow. Squish test, nice and squishy. Tudor and Rolex pillows are always great. Their shape allows them to articulate or conform to the bracelet size, which is good to see. Again, same felt inner. The top though is missing that felt. Again, it's that like cardboardy recycled material, and you can see has that logo. Get our cards and booklets. Let's take a look. So here's the important one. Has your serial number, all the good stuff. Okay. Guarantee booklet. Again, the black and red theme. Red stitching. Nothing too fancy. Put that to the side. Get the little pull tab. Again, the compartment for your bracelet or straps. Here I keep my spare links, so it is sized to my wrist. Let's put this to the side and we'll get to the watch. Here it is, guys. This is the Tudor Black Bay 58 in black. And right off the bat, this black and gilt combo, it's just such a striking look. It gives off a very warm feeling, and I think that matte dial matches this matte black bezel much better than the blue one does. And the gilt on the bezel insert actually matches quite well with the gilt found on the hands and the indices there, which is nice to see. And you can see that contrast there, the black with the gilt. It just works, and it kind of pops quite well. I wasn't expecting it to, pop this well in person, but yeah, it actually looks quite fantastic. I like the red on the bezel insert there as well. I was expecting the red to appear a lot more prominent, but having it in hand, it actually just blends in quite well with the black. You can see at certain angles, the sheen of the aluminium insert kind of hides the red there. You can see. Now I like that. I like how it's, sometimes disappears. It's quite subtle because it doesn't distract from, the overall black and gilt theme of the watch. And what I like about this red too is that, the Tudor box, black and red, this kind of ties in nicely with that whole packaging. So it's a nice touch. It's an interesting point to look at, and it kind of just breaks up that boring black look of a watch. Gives it, some character. case, circular brushing on the top of the lugs with fine brushing on the bracelet, polished slab sides. That's what we'd expect. No crown guards, polished bevel. Very nice, very refined look. You get the signed rose crown. The standard 3-link bracelet with the rivets, the faux rivets there, sized with screws, 3 points of micro adjust. Let's see, the clasp has those ceramic balls there to catch the lock and the clasp, which is quite nice. It's good to see Tudor utilizing these type of materials. Maybe one day we'll see Rolex adopt the ceramic balls there. Just take a look. Just has a nice look to it. I can see why the Black Bay 58 Black is such a popular choice. I mean, the combination is great. It's like a striking yet subtle watch at the same time. Gives you that vintage vibe with its whole gilt appearance. And I can see why it could be hard to decide between the blue or this black here. Alright, let's check the bezel action. So again, as expected with the Tudor, the bezel action is so good on Tudor watches. They really are. It's very crispy, very solid. It doesn't have any of that hollow feeling that you might find on other dive watches. It's just fantastic. Now, I always have this issue with the Black Bay 58 where the bezel is so thin that it can make it a little hard to turn the bezel. So that's just one thing you need to keep in mind. But overall, the bezel action is fantastic on these watches. Now, thinking back on the Black Bay 58 Blue, I think the bracelet here, this rivet style bracelet, does suit the black one much more because it has more of that vintage styling to it. So it does look much more at home on this black one. Now let's get it on my wrist. I have about a 6.5 inch wrist for your reference. So here it is. Now the wearing experience is quite comfortable despite the way the bracelet looks. Now one thing I really don't like about this specific clasp is, yes, we can talk about how it's not the T-fit, it doesn't have the on-the-fly adjustment, but it has a very long milled section here. And what this does is when it's on the wrist, here, let me get it on. It can protrude. So if you have smaller wrists, you can see how it, if you look here, see how that kind of sticks out and it's not sitting flush against the wrist. Yeah, it's that due to the length of this. So if I squeeze the bracelet, that's the length of that little milled section. So you can see it takes up quite a bit of real estate on the wrist, and it can, you know, cause some protruding looks. Like, look at that. You see that? That's what I'm talking about. Now I'm noticing two effects of this gilt layout on this Black 58. First one is the tone or the color of the gilt is what gives the watch the pop. So it's that color that really, the contrast with the black and, you know, that whiter steel, it really pops on this whole composition. But at the same time, the color of it, you can see there as I'm shining it, it's not as shimmery as, you know, a lighter metal like steel or white gold. So yes, it's less subtle due to its color, but at the same time, it's not as like flashy. It's not as shimmery. It doesn't reflect light as well as white gold or steel. So it would be interesting to see this side by side with the blue one, because the blue one doesn't have gilt. There it is, guys. Let me know what you think about the watch in the comments. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more watch content. I'll see you in the next one.